Alright, hope everybody is doing well. I went down to get the mail after transplanting some grass in a kind of a dead spot, and I got this in the mail. Something from a bank I don't even belong to. That's the kind of stuff that comes in the bank all the time, or in the mail all the time. I could get $400. Oh my gosh. But anyway, the video is for Dustin Abraham, who sent something. You know him well on YouTube. No introduction necessary, but go type in Dustin Abraham and you'll find his channel pretty easily. And I was like, did I win something? Did I participate in a contest? But it just says, Henry, found these stamps, thought maybe you would find them interesting. Dustin Abraham of Dustin and Blake. So there is that. So what we're going to do is show that to you in just a second. I got some painter's tape to remove. The lovely blue painter's tape. And I haven't looked at these yet. I do see a Nicaragua stamp on the front here. I'm going to grab something very quickly before I pull this tape off of here. If I can even get this tape pulled off here. I want to save the note. So I'll just see. There's that. Okay. I get the tape off of here. And I'm going to show you one book here if I can get to it. So this is my secondary stamp book here. So this is the one that I used when I bought this because I had extra USA stamps, and you can see that it is massively full. There's a few empty ones there, and I've used those jillions of times. In fact, I probably just recently used those and didn't realize I could have thrown them in my book there. Sometimes I've thrown them away and not realized. And somebody had already pasted these president stamps in there, but you can see here is Nicaragua right here, the top one right there. So let's see if we can go to that particular page. And I'll see if there's a spot for that one. So this is some sort of explorer here. Not all these books always have places for the stamps there, but I've got room down here for it. So that'll work there. You can see there's a nice, I'm going to see if there's a nice Olympic stamp right there. So let's just see what else we have here. And maybe, I'm not going to show you all this, but maybe I might fill up a few spots. That's my secondary book. My main book is just massively full. Here's the note here in case you care. So let's get this out of this little team baggie or whatever it is. Sometimes I have a hard time opening these team bags that have stuck for a while here. Oh, there we go. And I always like to fold it back over because the last thing I want to do is get the stamps caught. Now, some of the card companies have used some of these more decorative type stamps here for some of their cards. So what we have here is there's the Nicaragua Explorer stamp here. Let's see if I can get, oh, I don't have a better background here, so we'll just have to deal with this. This is Turks and Caicos. I believe this is Turks and Caicos. The interesting thing is that these are not canceled at all. Usually they'll come canceled, you know, with like some sort of machined cancel on there, and they will come in packets, but these are uncanceled. That's kind of unusual. I mean, it's not necessarily. Here's, I have this one from Grenada. This is Paul Revere's Midnight Ride, I believe. There is a spot for that in my book, and I'll try to it doesn't want to focus today. I get too close there and too far back. Too far back, you can't see that. Let me see. Let me look up Grenada really quickly here, and just look at my Grenada section. There it is. One of the books had a spot for that. Ah, there it is. There is the Grenada Paul Revere's Midnight Ride, and it's an uncanceled one. And then you can see there's one in the corner there. They didn't give me a spot for the second one, and that is canceled. So it's interesting there. So there is that. So I knew I've seen that one before, but I'll find, maybe it'll fit in my other book that I don't have here. This looks like Nicaragua there again. We have Maldives. I think it's pronounced Maldives. Nice jet there. I know I should be using tongs. This is a nice space stamp, and I do have a collection of space stamps that'll go in my, I did not have that one at all. So that's a really excellent stamp there for my space collection. This one here's got kind of a crinkle in it. Sometimes these things got crinkles in it. What happened was that when they got stuck to the boards because sometimes they were wrapped in plastic for a long time and stuck to the boards, and people had a hard time getting them off of there. And that's probably what attributes to that crinkle there, the George Washington stamp there. Don't correct me. That actually might be a U.S. postage stamp there. I'm not sure. That one there might be a U.S. postage stamp, but I don't know. Sometimes they did that. Looks like we got another Nicaragua stamp. I gotta go a little faster here. Don't know. I think that's Lindbergh maybe. If I'm not mistaken, it just has a look about that. Looks like a lot of Nicaragua stamps here, so that section will be 100% filled. I may not be able to put all of them in my book. A lot of people just go ahead and put hinges on these, but I don't. There's another one from that, I think, Washington set there. Yeah, so sometimes these are complete sets here, not knowing, because I don't have a stamp book that shows all of them, but not knowing how many are in the set. There could be 20, 30, 40, no idea. Many of these things were not even meant for use. They were just meant as decorative objects that went off to whatever country that sold those packets, and then the few people that tried to use them at the post offices sometimes were turned away, or sometimes they got them to work, but not always. So some of them are legit, and this one's, it almost looks like another space stamp, but I'm not really sure. Some sort of built inside of a building there. I don't know what that is. I'll have to get out the old magnifying glasses and see what that one is. I think there's another one from this set, a couple more. So that was a complete set there, so that's kind of neat there. Complete sets do sell for a little bit more, but not a whole lot there. So I will try to return something to you. No, it will not be stamped, because I guess Antigua, I have not seen that one before with a powder horn there. That's kind of neat. Another Nicaragua stamp. Unfortunately, like I said, you could get a whole book of Nicaragua and then fill that for days. There's another one there I've not seen before. Here's a canceled variety of some of them. So there's that one there. You can see it's canceled. That could have gone on an envelope, or it could have just been because, no, it never went on an envelope, because you see it's got the shiny gum on there. It was never used. So it was basically made and then canceled right away. So basically devalued. It's possible that those were the old previous issues and then they canceled them and put them in. There's a nice 2-cent Grenada. If a person so wished, I mean, because these don't have a huge ton of value, somebody could decorate an envelope with those and do some sort of special cancel type thing here. There's that one there. Oh wow, I've never seen this one. That's for that set that I have. So that goes to this one and this one here. I have the 1/2, the 2, and now I have the 5. So that's neat. Did not have that one. That's one of my... A couple more Seychelles. Interesting there. I forget where the Seychelles are. It's not Africa, is it? I don't know. And there's another one from that series there with the American Revolution. A lot of countries did. Now, I've had that one before, or I've had that particular image before. I know of that image, but I don't know if I've had that particular stamp there. I forget what science inventor that is. Then we have Antigua. Usually it's Antigua and Barbuda. There's another one, Maldives, American Revolution. Another American Revolution stamp here. That's kind of neat. That's probably from that series. 2 more stamps here, and we're all done at 8 minutes here. Oh yeah, that's I think that's Alexander Graham Bell, if I'm not mistaken. That's why I was... Hold on. Okay, this is Alexander Graham Bell right here. That's Alexander Graham Bell. Now, who's this guy here? It is Alexander. That's why I thought I had seen that before. 2 Alexander Graham Bell stamps. I got a first day cover, I think, of Graham Bell from my dad's collection. Grenada Grenadines. So very cool stamps there. I'll find some kind of a spot for them in my book, some sort of use for them. And perfect timing because I'm heading off to the stamp show. And I will send something to you, and we'll figure out what that is. I haven't figured out yet. I'll throw a couple of cards or something in an envelope when I get some postage. And hope everybody enjoyed that. I showed that stamp. Okay, this is what we call, this is the Traveler stamp album. I got it at a Goodwill bins many, many years ago for book price or something to that effect. These have really no value, but it's just crazy. You could just use these and put all your favorite. Back to Grenada again there. There's the Grenada section there. In fact, there's a Dan Quisenberry stamp for Grenada. Isn't that cool? I was hoping to get more of those. I think Mangini just found some of those or got some of those. I really like to get some of those, but people ask all kinds of crazy prices for those. So thank you for watching.
Whoa! Wow! Too much coffee, Tommy?